Hey y'all, we gotta talk about these never ever mets. It's your girl Brandon Yvonne. You are here at the Brandon Yvonne channel. Here on my channel, we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of all of our favorite shows. This particular video, we are talking about Own's Friday night show, Never Ever Mets. Now I know this is Monday. Okay, I'm very late with the videos this week, y'all. I didn't have any time to record anything this weekend. Okay, I was outside and inside at the same time. Okay, I was, having a good time. I was living my life this weekend. Anyway, before we get into it, y'all, please hit that subscribe button. If you are enjoying this channel, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Also, comment down below. Let me know what y'all thought of this episode. I thought it was actually funny. And share a video where you like to share y'all content. Okay, so we're catching up. And I'll probably make a community post so y'all know I did the videos finally. So I'm not sure if we'll get to Love and Marriage Huntsville tonight or not, because your girl got to work in the morning. Child, 2 more weeks of school. This is second to the last week of school. Praise the Lord for the teachers out there. But I'm teaching summer school, so I don't get a break really till July. But summer school is much easier than regular school, trust me. Anyway, let's get into the review. Like I said, I'm gonna be catching up, so just look out for the videos, y'all. I'm late, but I'm here. Your girl is here. All right. So talking about this is season 1, episode 5 of the Never Ever Mets. I might plug my computer in. This was titled The Love Hangover. So the episode picks up where everybody just kind of chilling around the house, and Brandon and what's the girl name? Sandia. Is it Sandia? I think that's her name. Anyway, they talking about something about outside. They kind of shooting the breeze, talking about the weather, talking about nothing. They both kind of happy that they can set each other free. Like Sandia was saying, like, she wanted it to work out, but if it's not meant to be, it's okay. She's gonna release them back to the world. It's all good. So, Taronda came and collected them. And she had a meeting with them saying, you originally came into the house to explore your romantic relationship. However, that's not where this is going. So y'all need to pack it up and leave. I said, finally, finally. And I like that they are sending people home when it's not working out. Instead of letting them just hang out at the house. Because what's the point? So bye, Brandon and Sandia. Is that her name? I feel like I got her name wrong. Anyway. So they pack it up. Brandon's letting the guys know he's leaving. He said he does not regret the experience. Like, he learned so much, and he knows that she learned something as well. Oh, by the way, he was commenting on her sweatsuit. He's like, "Oh, nice sweatsuit or something." I was like, "Why are you looking at Taronda?" Anyway, Sania is happy. She said, even though it's a short experience, she learned a lot from it. She said I think she said she wouldn't date online again. If she did, she wouldn't take 10 months to meet him. Thank you. Brandon said he would date online again, but he would meet them faster as well. So bye, Brandon and Sandia. Y'all was good drama for the house, but y'all need to go work on yourselves. Anywho, moving forward. So, now at some point, I don't know if it was this scene or a little bit later, but Taronda came and told the whole house. She gathered them up in the kitchen and she let them know that, Brandon and Sandia, their relationship was not going to be romantic, wasn't going to work out. So they're leaving. And now you guys are going to get out the house and go on a field trip and go meet up somewhere. They got like a outing outside the house. So they're going to all be leaving the house pretty soon. She said, wear what y'all got on, because they had on a in the house comfy clothes. I maybe work out. I may not work out clothes. Okay. You know how y'all do. I do that too. I'll be throwing on my work clothes and then I don't even get to the workout. They had on them kind of clothes. Anyway. So at some point, Dymond said she was mad. She was frustrated because nobody was defending her in the house. Was that last week when she was getting all loud and stuff about the Jody stuff? So what's his name? Aaron. I don't know why I want to call that man Brian. Grandpa Aaron came to check on her, and he said, "No, I know how you are, and I want to talk to you." And she was like, "No, nobody spoke up in the house, and I was talking to Jody. Nobody defended me. Nobody had my back, and y'all were all talking about her behind her back, but nobody said nothing." And he was like, "No, because I felt like you had it." And he's like, "Don't let other people ruin you, your mood, or your day, your experience." And she was like, "Okay, but you main one didn't say nothing." And so she was like, "I feel like everybody fake." And so she got tired of talking about it and she walked away. So then Grandpa Aaron is mad because he feels like he don't like that she is calling him fake. He just cannot handle him calling uh she or her calling him fake, right? So he's like, "Oh no, she is not about to call me fake. I got to go." So he did. This was the wildest scene to me, y'all. I was like cracking up when I first watched it Friday night. This is the only thing I watched on the weekend. I didn't watch Love Mary Huntsville, and I ain't got to Summer House yet. But anywho, this scene was wild to me. So then he like, she ain't about to be calling me fake. So he stormed into the kitchen where everybody eating breakfast, wherever the hell they was eating. And he said, I got an announcement. I got an announcement. He pointed to Jody. I don't like you. You fake as F. You did it, da da da. And she's like, "Okay, the feeling is mutual. The feeling is mutual." And so then he was like, "Yeah, when she was talking, when Dymond was talking about everybody in the house talking about you, everybody in the house was talking about you. Yeah, we was." And he was like, "Including me, and I didn't speak up." And now she thinking I'm fake and I'm not fake. Ain't nobody gonna think I'm fake. So then he going off with the rah, 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 right? And I was like, did he really just come in here and do this? Now, mind you can see all these camera people up there. They getting shots of them, okay? So he was like, "Yeah, I don't like you. I think you fake. I think y'all," he talking about her and Aaron, like your relationship fake. And then somehow Dymond and Jody get to going back and forth because she was like, "Yeah, because you kept bringing my name up," and so they going back and forth. And then grandson Aaron tried to speak up, and so then Jody kind of shut him down. And so then he was like, "See there, she don't let you speak up. See there, brother, speak up for yourself, speak up." So then grandson Aaron's trying to get grandpa Aaron to calm down. Now, mind you, Josh is over there eating his breakfast. And he was like, he be trying to stay out of the people business. But Jody and Dymond are going back and forth right there in front of him, but he gonna eat his food regardless, because Josh gonna eat no matter what, y'all. So then everybody's like not Josh, Jody and Dymond was going back and forth a little bit, but eventually Dymond piped down. And then so there's this grandpa Aaron and little Aaron and Jody going back and forth, right? And so Aaron is like, "Okay, word, like I need you to calm down, Grandpa Aaron. I need you to I need you to pipe down, pipe down." And so he's like, "Where is this coming from? Like, what is going on?" And so then Grandpa Aaron finally, let little Aaron get a word in. And so then Grandpa Aaron is saying that, all the men in here, they should have their women's back. And so then he let grandson Aaron know. And no, well, first he's like, "Yeah, that woman over there, I'm gonna have her back, whether she right or wrong. I'm gonna have her back no matter what." That's where you wrong, but okay. So anyway, he was letting so Grandpa Aaron is letting grandson Aaron know that, you see how she shot you down right there? She don't like you, she don't respect you. I hope you find somebody better who really likes you. You could tell we don't know what y'all be doing. Everybody be talking about y'all relationship. Y'all stuff don't look right at all. So then he said, "You know what, brother? You better get my number before you leave this house. Get my number. Because I guarantee you, brother, you're going to call me later and tell me I was right." So everybody's looking crazy, like, what the hell is going on? So Dymond, she was happy. She was like, "I don't know, what got into him, but finally, he was speaking up for me." I was like, "Girl, really?" So now, mind you, we see Dymond, she left the room, and she in the room with Shay, and she playing with that orange and white dress. Remember that orange and white dress she went to the boom boom room with Aaron? She fondled this dress on this episode in about 5 different scenes. She was playing with it. I guess she washed it. She was ironing or steaming it. I don't know. Every time she was in her room, she was playing with that dress. And I said, "She gonna wear that dress tonight?" And she sure did wear it at the end of the episode. And her sister came and I said, "Is that the only good dress that Dymond has? No shade. I'm just trying to figure out, is that the only good dress she has?" Because she stayed playing with that dress and wearing that dress for all the special events in the house. But anywho, it's neither here or there. So then at some point, so Jody in her confession was like, because Aaron is like, I got 51 years of knowledge, and that means something to y'all. And so she was like, this 51-year-old man, is over here disrespecting this 31-year-old lady. She was like, excuse me, Sarah, like she's just over it. And so I think she had told Dymond or Aaron, Grandpa Aaron, or both of them that she don't wish to talk to them or have no relationship with them or nothing like that in the house. All right, so they got into it. And Dymond had pointed to Sandia and somewhere in the fight because she was like, like the reason why I called your name out is because Sandia is the one saying she's had the problem with you. So now, mind you, Sandia quiet the whole time, right? She quiet the whole time. So then Aaron talking about his question, he felt like he got a winner's notch on his belt. I was like, no, you were loud and wrong. Like, Aaron was just so wrong for that. Like, first of all, going in there, beating your chest like that, making this big old scene, calling out Jody, being disrespectful to her and Aaron. Like, all that was unnecessary. Now, it was funny as hell, but it was just unnecessary. Like, you could have just apologized to Dymond in the moment and moved on and tell her next time I will speak up better. Like, or you could have had a conversation with them privately. But like the moment had passed, Aaron. So really, we didn't need all this. Like you over there with the rah-rah for no reason. I was like, what the hell is this? So anywho, moving on. So then at one point we see Chris talking to everybody, and he's like, for the record, I just want to say, y'all say everybody in the house talked about Jody, and I did not talk about Jody. And he's pointing to Greg and Millie, everybody, did I talk about Jody? Did I talk about Jody? Greg's like, I ain't in it. I ain't in it. Millie said, what? Like, so then Millie started going off and she's snapping her fingers. She was like, no, because you want to be fake in the house and you want to do this and that. And I was like, whoa, where's all this coming from, Millie? Because when Dymond said y'all was gonna go rah-rah with Jody, you was silent. So where's all this coming from? Y'all got a lot of smoke for people who ain't in y'all relationship. So then Millie started going off, talking about, Chris is, you say you the closest to Jody, but you need to be close to Sandia, and you be, chummy with Jody, but you not chummy with Sandia, and I'm gonna call it out, and y'all being fake, y'all not gonna speak on what it really is, and y'all being fake and all this. And she's like, and I'm done. So Chris is trying to tell Greg, you need to get your woman, calm her down. Greg said, I ain't saying nothing. Okay. And so Millie going off, and then she's like, I'm done. I was like, whoa, what is going on here? So anywho, at some point, Aaron went in there and him and Dymond hugged and kissed because, now she proud of her man for causing that ridiculous scene. So then we do see Chris and Sandia go and talk, and Chris is like, whoa, these people in this house are crazy. They are lip moving mad. They're going to be bringing this up every day. They're about the drama and all this. And Sandia is like, I know, like, this is too much. Like, from day one, they've been telling me, like, I need to speak up. Or why are you letting him talk to you like this? And da-da-da. And she's like, what do they want me to do? Like, what do they want me to say? They want me to be yelling and screaming like, that's not me. That's not who I am. Like, I don't understand where all this is coming from. And so he was like, see, exactly. He's like, you know what? As long as me and you are good, we're good. And me and you are good. And I need you to always have my back. And I'm going to have your back. And we're going to be on the same page. And last thing I said, if y'all don't stop going up for this girl right here, if she don't care enough about herself, about how that man has talked to her and treated her thus far, then y'all don't need to say nothing. And she proved to us in that scene that she don't care. So why are y'all fighting this lady Bottles that don't care about how this man treating her? Clearly she don't care because she could barely speak up for herself. And later on when and we're gonna get to that part, but I don't want to forget about it. When Aaron was going off on Dymond's sister Irene, and she gonna say, I would not let my man's sister talk. Let my man talk to my sister like that. I say, you let your man talk to you like that. So what are you talking about? Girl, bye. So anyway, we not defending Sandia no more. I'm not even defending Sandia no more. She don't want to be defended. She want to be where she at. So what can we do? Anyway, moving on. So finally they get to the activity outside. Thank you, guys. So they go on. And it's they're in this like kind of like a dance studio. Chris, they out there gonna be dancing. They not. Aaron H, Grandpa Aaron said, look, there's gonna be some freaky deaky stuff. He saw the ropes and the feathers. So they're gonna be doing like rope tying, Japanese rope tying. So Taronda lets them know, originally I think it was 8 couples came in the house, but 2 have went home, or 7 couples. Anyway, 2 have went home. The rest of you guys have made it through the first week, which was the honeymoon phase. Now it's time to really test your relationship and see if it's for real or not. So now you're in the love hangover phase, and she's telling them to focus on their relationship. She must have found out what was going on in the house, so she's like, focus on yourselves, basically. So anyway, and Dymond said moving forward, her and Aaron are going to be focusing on herself, but we'll see how long that lasts. So, they are with what is that man's name? I forgot the guy's name that was doing the rope tying demonstration, or was it Orifices? Somebody. It was like a Matrix name. Was it Orpheus Joe or somebody like that? Anywho, I can't remember his name, but he was the one demonstrating the rope tying, and I liked everything he talked about in this demonstration. So he asked them, to first decide who's going to be tied, who wants to be tied up. And he said, it's not good to assume that everyone can be tied up. They may have physical limitations or mental things. And so Jody said, yeah, like, anxiety. Because Jody is a registered or certified sex therapist. And so she shared in her confessional that she has suffered some sexual trauma and things like that. And so she used to have a hard time, like, doing things, I guess, sexually or building intimacy and stuff like that. But, she, I guess, through being certified in the sex therapy and all that, she became more free. But she does have some roadblocks up, and feels like Aaron understands, but he's still learning some of them. Aaron also did share at some point in every episode that he feels like Jody is physically attracted to him, but he doesn't feel like she gets her lady parts going, right? And she doesn't. Okay. And I don't think you're that physically attracted to her either, Aaron, to be honest. But anyway, so everyone chose, so they're basically doing this. Let me first say, but they're basically doing this exercise to help build their trust and communication and intimacy, all that stuff. So Millie immediately chose to tie up Greg. Okay. And I figured that because we know what she went through, as she shared last week, I believe. I think Josh is tying up Shay. Chris is tying up Sandia. I would have liked to see Sandia tie up Chris because I feel like he's the one that kind of needs to let go a little bit of the control. Aaron, I think, was immediately about to choose, and then Jody's like, "Oh, are you choosing for me?" And then she's like, "No, I want to do the tying up." And it was like, "Okay, girl." She's just so rude to him. That's what everybody is saying. Like, she's so rude to him. So then, who else? Oh, Dymond is tying up Grandpa Aaron. Okay. So I think we covered everybody, right? So they're doing the exercise, and he's telling them, like, do it slowly. You don't want to do it too tight. Basically, the ropes are like your arms. You want to be able to still, it's like if you're hugging someone, right? So not too tight. And then after they got them all tied up, he said, put the blindfolds on them, put the feather on them very, very lightly. It's supposed to be sensual. And the person being tied up is supposed to, be able to let go, be free, and be taken care of. Supposed to be able to trust them. He did a trusting with Taronda, and what's his name? Orpheus Black. Now, I don't know if that was his name. Y'all let me know in the comments. What's his name? Orpheus Black? It was something like that. Anyway. So he had Taronda tied up, and he had her, like, lean forward, and he was holding on to her, basically to show, like, no matter what happens, like, he's still holding her, basically, right? So it was like a trust thing. So then once he told them to untie the other person, he said, do it very slowly, very sensually. Like, if you took 10 minutes to tie them up, take double that to untie them. That person will just feel taken care of in the moment. You don't want to do it, like, aggressively and stuff like that. So everyone's having a good sensual time. When they get done, some of them are making out and they're just getting more touchy-feely, cuddly and all that. But grandson Aaron and Jody are just standing there, and Aaron's looking around. He's like, "Oh, we're supposed to be doing something else, some other activities or something." She's like, "Oh, no, we not." She's like, "I'm hungry." And so he was like, "Okay, it's taking us a while to build intimacy. Like, I know what she's been through, but at the same time, like, that's, he feels like is one of the roadblocks in the relationship. Yeah, we don't see the intimacy with y'all." Okay. I don't think either of y'all are each other's type. Okay. So anyway, moving on, they get back to the house at some point. Everyone's asking each other how they felt that the exercise went. So at some point in the house, Taronda came and got Chris and Sandia, and she took them to go meet with Dr. Romney so they can, do their therapy with her. We also seen Dymond saying that she wants to squash all the beef in the house with Jody and the other Aaron. They sit down. We see all of them sit down for dinner. I feel like I'm missing the scene, but anyway, they sit down for dinner, and she tells them to say grace, and Big Aaron says grace, and little Aaron says grace like his grandpa, and everybody laugh. Okay, it's like a little icebreaker. So at the table, they played like a little game. Now I'm not sure who made dinner, but anyway, it looked good. So at the table, they played like a little game. So Jody said basically you're gonna write down any questions or anything you want to try sexually that you haven't done before, and she's gonna say questions. You're gonna write down the answers. So the first one was like, "What is something you haven't done sexually that you want to try?" And then we're gonna guess who said it. So the first one was like orgy. Everybody was guessing, and it turned out to be Jody. That's something she wants to do. Then like the next one was like threesome, and they pretty much guessed that it was Josh who said he wanted to do the threesome. Okay, you hear that, Shay? So meanwhile, back in therapy with Chris and Sandia. So Dr. Romney is she's telling them her background, and we've seen Dr. Romney on Family or Fiance many times, okay? So we're no stranger to Dr. Romney over here. So she's asking, she's letting them know she specializes in relationships. She's like, what's going on with you guys? So Chris said, they have a lot in common because they're both Haitian, so they have some of the same, values and morals and things like that. Sandia shares that, their communication is off when she tries to, express that she is feeling upset about something. He feels like she's being over emotional and all this stuff. So he said he feels like when she's sharing things that are not true, and then he's being attacked, and he can't deal with all those emotions and, insecurities and all that. So Dr. Romney says, besides you guys having the same, background and values and morals and all that, she said above that, you need to have empathy. And so she shares with Chris, like, you need to have empathy for her feelings. And he was like, okay, empathy. You can kind of see the light bulb went off in him, which I was glad about that. I don't know how long it will last, but at least, we got something, right? So he's okay, empathy. And so she was like, it could be not true, but like you need to, reassure her that that's not true how she's feeling, because, they kind of touched on possibly Chris being, well, not possibly, Chris being flirty and very, very social, and he likes to talk to other people in the house and all that. And so Dr. Romney basically said, even though it's not true, you can make her feel safer, give her a safe place to land, and like reassure her and have empathy for how she is feeling. And so Dr. Romney asked, like, what's going to be, the challenge for you, Chris, going forward. So he said, just showing more empathy in how she is feeling, and, being kinder and sweeter to her. And so it sounds like he wants to work on those things. And so then Dr. Romney asked Sandia, and Sandia said, Sandia was also explaining how she wears her emotions on her sleeve. So if you're happy, she's happy, she's sad, whatever, you're going to know about it. Dr. Romney said that could be a good thing. And so I think Sandia shared about Chris being hurt in the past and him not being trusting of people. And so she feels like, okay, but that's not me. And so Dr. Romney was like, okay, but you got to show him the same empathy, like the empathy that he is showing you, girl. You have to show him and give him a little bit of time. Like, yeah, it wasn't you, but you kind of do have to pay for like that other person's mistake. Because Dr. Romney asked Chris, like, you've been hurt or betrayed by someone in the past, right? And he was like, yes. And so Dr. Romney let Sandia know, like, you have to be patient with him and his growing of trust, and have empathy for him in that way. And the empathy is going to work both ways. So Chris shared that he learned a lot from that therapy session, and moving forward, he wants to, be nicer, treat Sandia kinder and everyone. And so he also debriefed with Sandia about it and said he got a lot from it and he learned a lot. And he said, I feel like we got more pros and they outweigh our cons. They did a little handshake, gave her a kiss. That was it. And I was like, girl, Sandia, you like it. I love it. I mean, I'm glad that Chris seemed like he overall enjoyed the therapy. Down there, looked like he enjoyed it more than Sandia. So at least he received it. And that's all we can ask for, right? Will he be better to Sandia? That I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay. At some point, also speaking of Sandia, we seen Sandia outside talking with Jody, and his name birthday balloon keep making a shadow of my video. I need to get rid of it. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Anyway, so I think Jody and Sandia were outside. Now I don't know if Jody was eating that horrible hot Cheetos and pickles thing she told she ate on the first day. I couldn't tell what was in the bowl, but I was like, oh, disgusting, girl. Your stomach probably is disgusting. But anyway, so Jody's basically sharing, like, you know, she feel like people trying to put pressure on her in the house and like make it like her and her man got to be up under each other and they don't. And Sandia's like, yeah, I don't like all the drama and all that. Sandia, you gonna let people play in your face? We don't care. So anyway, Jody is like, yeah, you know, I feel like, you know, me and Aaron don't need to be all up under each other and our stuff will grow. And she feels like they will have the least problems in the house because they don't argue. I was like, yeah, because y'all don't even talk to each other. And she said something in the confessional. Oh, she also said she used to be a man eater. And so, like, she would basically have sex with a man and then not talk to him the next day. Which is strange because she said she had trouble connecting with people sexually as well. So I don't know. Jody got a lot to her. I mean, I hope she's gotten, you know, the proper healing for her trauma and everything as well. So she said that's why she's kind of being slow to build or to do anything sexually with Aaron because she doesn't want to get bored quickly. That ain't why you don't want to do nothing with him, because I guarantee you want to do something with Chris. And when it comes to that, I meant to talk about that earlier. I don't particularly think that Chris is flirting with Jody. I think he kind of likes Jody's vibe. She's a bit more open and social than Sandia is. I don't think he likes Jody in that way, though. Now, does Jody like Chris in that way? And she's kind of flirting with Chris? Yeah, she lights up when she talks to Chris. So I think that she probably likes him more than he likes her. So anyway, moving forward, then we get, now this last scene is when we have Aaron and Grandpa Aaron and Dymond's people are coming to the house. So Aaron has his friend Ronald coming to the house that he's known since like the 8th grade or something. And Dymond has her sister Irene coming to the house. Now, Dymond had them baby hairs all down here. And I was like, why, girl? Why? Because there was some hairstyles she had last week. I was like, okay, her hair is cute. But then when she had them hairs way down here, that just bugs me. But that's just me. So anyway, Dymond, you know, she's playing with that dress, talking to Shay about her sister coming to the house. And her sister's mad at Aaron because of that whole proposal thing. And so, you know, Shay's like, yes, you should grill him, get to know him, all that. Ronald comes and Aaron, you know, they're playing pool and he's letting Aaron know. I mean, Aaron's letting Ronald know that he plans to propose to Dymond. He's like, okay, you only known her, you've been in the house with her a week. He's like, well, you know, I've been knowing her 5 years. And he's like, how do you know she's the one? Or you have a long engagement? So he's like, well, I got to propose first, have an engagement. And he's like, you know how I shop. Once I find something I like, I get it. I was like, okay, sir. So anyway, so he was like, does she know about your past and stuff? And he was like, yeah. So then he talked about the whole thing where he proposed to the other woman online and all that stuff. And then he said her sister's coming, but she has an issue with me. And, you know, me and her went back and forth on social media. I guess he posted something like, I love you, Dymond. And then she was like, oh, we'll see. And he's like, who the F is we? And they went back and forth on social media, right? So then, you know, Dymond's down there talking to Shay as she get that orange and white dress together and saying that, you know, my sister has a problem with Aaron, but, you know, she gonna have to, you know, try to get over it, try to like him. But Irene don't see it for Dymond, okay? So Irene comes to the house and Irene is talking with Dymond, and so she's saying, you know, basically she don't see it for Aaron, okay? So Dymond is letting Irene, though, like, yeah, when he first saw me, he cried. And so Irene's like, whatever, girl. And she was like, what can he bring to the table besides D? She kept saying that. What can he bring to the table besides good D? Like, girl, he can't bring, nothing to the table. She was like, you deserve better than you think you do. Like, you can do better than him. I happen to agree with Irene. Okay. But anywho, Dymond is sold on Mr. Aaron. So then Irene brought up the whole thing, like, he proposed and cheated with that old she talked bad about that lady, whoever he proposed to, that old scallywag, whatever she called him. And she was like, and then you still gonna be with him and he gonna get with another woman. So Dymond explained that situation. Basically, Dymond was in Florida, Aaron was there wherever he was. And so he felt like he didn't know what Dymond was really doing out there. So he gonna just go with someone who's been there the whole time right there. So he proposed to her. She said, I don't know. So then he realized that he was making a mistake and that was not the direction he should go in. Like that was the wrong road. Okay. So that's what happened with that. And I guess that's what Dymond accepted. And so Irene was like, girl, that's what he's telling you. Like, you can accept all that. I'm not accepting that. And so Dymond's like, but you supposed to, want to love me and want to be happy. She's like, I do love you. I do want you to be happy, but that don't mean I have to like him. And so she was like, they just basically going back and forth about that. So Irene is like, girl, no. She talking heck loud bad about Aaron. Okay, everybody can hear it in the house. So then Aaron and Ronald come in and Aaron said he gonna just let this roll, but he don't see it for Miss Irene. So Irene was sitting there like, don't talk to her. She was like a real stank in the face, right? So then, so Aaron introduces Dymond to Ronald, and Ronald was like, oh, she's beautiful, Aaron. She's gorgeous. Oh my gosh. So I was like, okay. I mean, Dymond's pretty, dang. Okay, Ronald liked what he saw. So then Dymond introduced her sister Irene. And so Aaron was like, well, I never met you before, so I don't know what's with the attitude. So she's like, I met you on social media. So Ron was like, social media, huh? So then they get next thing they just start cursing each other out, call each other's names, and he was like, "Yeah, that's why you ugly anyway." And she's like, "You a ugly butt, you a ugly butt." She said, "You look like a frog, you look like a frog." And so then he called her ugly. They going back and forth. I mean, they going back and forth hard at each other, calling each other names, like stupid names too. Like the comebacks were even good, but it was funny as hell. And when she called and said, "You look like a frog," and so then they going back and forth. Everybody can hear it. Chris is like, I'm in the kitchen, and I just hear them throwing insults to each other. Like, what is going on? And so said, then this one Sandia fixed her mouth to say, "Oh, I would not let Chris talk to my sister like that." Girl, you let Chris talk to you like that, so we not buying it. But anyway, so everybody like running, so they can hear they can hear all the commotion, they can hear what's going on, they hear all the arguing, Jody and little Aaron here, and Shay's like, next thing you know, she hear F you, beep, this. I was like, yeah, they was going off at each other. So they cursing each other out. These old people cursing each other smooth out. She was like, F you and your mama and your daddy and your kids too. F them too. And he's like, you don't say something about my kids. F you, da-da-da. So they going back and forth. It was a hot mess. Like producers came out immediately. And Aaron looked like he was I don't know if he was trying to get at Irene, but that's what it was looking like. And Dymond said that she was trying to get at him and he's trying to get at her. And she's got to hold her back. And Ronald had to hold Aaron back, and producers had to intervene. Like they was like ready to fight. Okay, they was really going at it. Okay, they was like arguing, cursing. It was a hot mess. Now, see, Dymond and Grandpa Aaron, while y'all was so busy worried about everybody else in the house, y'all need to be worried about your own house. That's what y'all need to be worried about. Anyway, y'all, let me know what y'all thought of this episode. I thought it was funny. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll talk to y'all again very soon. Bye.